I never thought I'd see a day where the Supreme Court was unanimous on anything, especially if it has something to do with the NRA. Goodness gracious. But yes, unanimous decision, victory for the NRA. Well, what's all this mean? Well, before we get into it, I do want to take a moment and thank our sponsor, ES Power Drink, because, you know, I've lost 30 pounds. I've had a heart condition and I've dropped 30 pounds, and a big part of that has been able to consume Trinidad scorpion peppers in a delicious drink. And now they put them in these K-cups. It's way more affordable, freshly brewed, very delicious. It's an exciting drink because it changes your thermogenesis to put your body into a fight or flight, which allows you to lose weight, burn calories, sleep better, have a better outlook on life, better focus. Because I can't eat a Trinidad scorpion pepper, goodness gracious, but I can put it down with this delicious drink that is below. All right, so what are we getting at here? Well, unanimous decision, 9-0. From the Supreme Court in favor of the NRA. What is this? Well, it's really kind of a strange case that stems from really being blacklisted, essentially. New York officials from the government were going around and talking to banks, insurance institutions, all sorts of people that the NRA needed to be able to do business with, and to blacklisted them, saying, do not do business with the NRA. And it was causing a lot of problems for the NRA, and now it has made it to the Supreme Court 9-0. Goodness gracious, this is a great decision. Now, when it comes to the Second Amendment, it doesn't directly help. Let's put it that way. It doesn't directly help. But what it does do is it definitely shows a few things that I think are incredibly important. Number one, that the Supreme Court can actually agree on something, even with something as like the NRA, for example. At least they can say, you know what, this is wrong what the government did, and ultimately put down that government officials are not allowed to do this. And that's a great thing. With that also being said, the other piece of it is it takes the NRA and it allows them to be able to walk down paths that they haven't been able to since 2019, which strengthens them quite a bit, because, we've seen them go through all sorts of trouble lately. It's from not just lately, but a lot of it from the last decade, really. And it's led them to a much degraded, weaker state. And now what we're seeing is them be able to take steps towards a stronger state, which we need the NRA, like them or not, we need them. So to see also, the other piece of this is to see that they actually have attorneys working for the NRA that can go all the way to the Supreme Court and somehow pull off a unanimous decision on anything is pretty impressive as well. So I think this whole thing is really going to put a lot more credibility in what the NRA is actually capable of when it comes to your Second Amendment. So I think it's a big win for the NRA. It's going to, again, the big things shows that the Supreme Court can agree on something. Goodness gracious. It also, I believe, strengthens the NRA in a way that allows them to do business, which they have not been able to do for a while because of what the government did. But beyond it, I believe it also shows that they're really kind of walking down a pretty decent path with their attorneys and seeing what they can achieve. It's pretty impressive. I'll give them that. So there you go. Big unanimous decision coming out of the Supreme Court in favor of the NRA. Unanimous. That's the part that kind of was like, unanimous what? That's what got my attention. But this is, I think, good news for the Second Amendment in a roundabout kind of way, but just in a roundabout kind of way. So there you go. And again, hey, those K-Cups, that link is below for the Trinidad Scorpion Pepper ES Power Drink, man. That thing freshly brewed is so good for you. That link is also below. It's way more affordable now that they're in those K-Cups. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, and never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.